Hello students, today we are going to talk about the next part of the chapter, and that is the last part of the chapter. As you can see the heading, it's called cell division, an essential life process. Now before we understand this particular concept, let us try to understand what is meant by cell division. So first question they're asking, do plants get injured when we pluck the flowers? The answer obviously yes to it. That means some cells of the plant cells are removed when we are going to pluck the particular flower. So what happens to replace those cells which are being removed? What happens? There's going to be new cell division and new cells are going to get added up. So injured tissues are replaced or new cells are formed by cell division. How does the growth of any living organism occur? Does the number of cells in their body increases? Obviously, the answer is yes, and that is the reason we keep on growing in our size. We were in the zygote form, then the embryo, then the fetus, then the adult human being, and then we grow to the old age. Throughout these stages, cells are going to increase in the number, and that is cell division. How does the growth of any living organism, which is going to take place with the help of cell division? We have answered this question. Next thing, what we need to understand is how the new individual or species is formed from the existing one of the same species. If I have that means giving birth to the young one, reproduction process. We know that every living organism reproduces asexually or sexually to produce a new organism. That is also possible because of one simple process, not simple process, but one important process that is called as what? Cell division. So this gives us a clear idea the importance of cell division. Also, let me ask last question. Cell division is one of the important property of cells and living organism. If it is a living cell, it will have to divide, it will have to increase its number, and that's why cell division is one of the important properties of all the living organism. There are two types of cell division which are there in our syllabus and it's required to be understood. So what are these two type of cell division? One is called mitosis and the other is called meiosis. In this video, we'll just try to understand the basics of mitosis and meiosis. The details we will do it in the next video. So what is mitosis? The cell division which takes place in the somatic cells and stem cells. And meiosis are the cell division taking place in the germ cells. Now what are the somatic cells, stem cells and germ cells? We need to understand. So let's try to understand these three type of cells and the type of cell division they go for. Somatic cells, as the word says, soma means body. Any biological cell in body of a multicellular organism. So all my body cells, skin cells, lung cells, stomach cell, eye cells, hair cells, nail cells, all the cells present in my body, all my body parts are called as what? Somatic cells. As you can see, your heart, kidney, lungs, brain, alimentary canal, skin, blood cells, all are the part of my somatic cells. And somatic cells are the one which are going to undergo mitosis type of cell division. Coming to the next type of cell, we'll try to understand what are stem cells. They are the special type of cells present in any multicellular organism. These cells have ability to produce all other type of cells present in the body of organism. So there are special cells present in the bone marrow. Bone marrow is a space between the bone. Some of them are present in the liver, and these special cells have ability to generate all other cells of my body, and they are called as what? Stem cells. So any stem cell I can take from my body, I can generate all other somatic cells. So we can use stem cells and produce other somatic cells, like we can produce blood cells, we can produce liver cells, we can produce cells of intestine, cells of brain, and that's why stem cells are the cells of originating. Originating means what? They are the one which can be used to produce all the different type of cells required for growth and development of the body. So stem cells are specialized cells present in the bone marrow, and some of them are present in the liver also, and they can be used to generate different type of somatic cells. Same diagram is there in our textbook also. As you can see in the diagram, it can be used to generate cells of brain, that is neurons, cells of intestine, cells of liver, cells of heart, cells of bone. So practically all the type of cells which you need to produce in the body can be produced using the stem cells. Third type of cells we are going to talk about now are the germ cells. Germ cells are those cells which are produced in the reproductive organs, like males have testes and females have ovaries. So sperms are produced as male gamete, that is a germ cells of male, and egg or ovum is produced in female, that is a gamete of the or germ cell of the female body. Before we try to understand the cell division, we should be knowing the structure, briefly the structure of plant cell and the animal cell. The major difference, as you can see here, plant cell have a cell wall, animal cell doesn't have a cell wall. Both of them are going to have a nucleus. Plant cell is also going to have a nucleus, animal cell is also going to have a nucleus. And this nucleus is the one which plays an important role in cell division, because nucleus contains chromosomes, nucleus contains DNA, which is going to duplicate, it's going to increase in the amount, and it's going to separate out during cell division. And that's why it's very important to know the basics of a plant cell and the animal cell. We should be knowing about the nucleus and the nuclear membrane. So plant cell has also a nucleus, but plant cell doesn't have a nucleolus, whereas animal cell has a proper nucleus with a nucleolus. So let us go ahead in the particular part. Before any type of cell division, what is very important is cell doubles up its chromosome number. What is chromosome number? Suppose I have 23 chromosomes in my each cell. So before cell division, they are going to become 46. So that is called as doubling up of chromosome. So if there are 2n means diploid chromosomes, then it will become 4n. 4n means 4 times or 4 sets of chromosome. And that is the basis of all cell division. Let us start with the first type of cell division, that is mitosis. As the word says, mitosis is also called as equatorial division. So what happens in mitosis? There are two main steps. One is called karyokinesis. Karyo means nucleus, so it is called as nuclear division. And cytokinesis. Cyto means cytoplasm. That's why it is known as cytoplasmic division. So these are the two main steps in mitosis. Karyokinesis include prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and this all are the part of nuclear division. And once two cells are formed, they are divided by cytokinesis, that is called cytoplasmic division, to form two daughter cells. So karyokinesis include prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and cytokinesis finally results into two daughter cells. Where all there is a use of mitosis, suppose there is a growth of the body. You have got one wound and that wound needs to heal. New cells are to be formed, formation of blood cells. So wherever my body cells need to be increasing the number of cells, there the mitosis is going to take place. So moving on to the next part of the chapter, we need to understand the second type of cell division, as you can see here, that is called as what? Meiosis. It is slightly different than mitosis because it takes place in the germ cells where the gametes are going to form. There are two types of meiosis, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, or you can say there are two stages of meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. We are anyways going to discuss these details in the next video. Let us try to understand the basics of this. Meiosis 1 include prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1. From telophase 1, the cells undergo prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2 and telophase 2. Don't get scared with the names. Anyways, we are going to see each and every step in details. So you just remember the name. So meiosis include two steps, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1. Similarly, meiosis 2 includes all prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. What are the uses of meiosis? Meiosis is used for production of gametes, that is egg cell, female gamete, and the sperm cell, that is a male gamete. So you should be able to differentiate between mitosis and meiosis, a type of cell division, with this video. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you have understood the video. See it 2-3 times so your doubts become clear. Thank you. Bye bye.